It's the weekend rundown on TSL Nigeria TV, where we give you the craziest stories that happened in the past week. My name is Joyce Chooks.
And I am Juliet Onavai.
And of course, Nikki Moya.
And this is the weekend rundown, and the party kicks off in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, let go. This is the craziest story I saw the entire week, right? The craziest story I saw the entire week. It made me really angry when I saw it, because if it was in a developed society, it would not happen. And because of how angry I am, I won't be telling the story. Neki.
Okay, first things first. Lots of Nigerian institutions have been having their exams, like their final exams. A lot of exams are going on, and so at Ibadan Poly, it was reported that yesterday a couple of students had their phones collected by the exam officials, and they were burnt with fire, like poured fuel and burnt like lots.
No, I didn't see iPhone in that thing.
I think there was
when I saw the hip, there were no iPhones. So what happened to the iPhone?
Like you said, iPhones or Samsung or something.
They have to have been iPhones in that school. How come? Okay, so iPhones are going to do my practice.
Yeah, they said the phones were aiding my practice.
They were not. See, I zoomed. There were no iPhones.
But anyways, if it was in a much more developed society, the students would sue.
Yes.
Because that is they're infringing their privacy. How will you take my phone and you want to burn it, like burn my money?
Do you know if they actually decide to sue? Nigerian lawyers will tell you that, why were you using your phone for my practice? In fact, just like the way police to tell you, why were you in that kind of dress?
The judge will put it to him when you're a boss student. Alright, so let's move into our number 9 story. Now, number 9 story is not exactly something funny. It's just it's somewhere in between. So a few days ago, well, I think on Sunday, yes, American rapper, a member of the ASAP mob, ASAP Rocky, was arrested in Sweden on suspicion of assault. Now, apparently, he claimed that the man he allegedly assaulted was following him around at the airport. Right?
Yeah.
But you know, Sweden is a developed country, so for that reason, he was arrested, and it's been behind bars for a while now. Now, a lot of rappers have come out to support him and tell him that we're here for you. Tyler, the Creator, is there. Tiger just cancelled his show in Sweden.
Yeah.
To complain.
I just saw it on Twitter.
To complain that, you know, he's not going to Sweden because ASAP Rocky was arrested. Now, here is the twist. Now, a while back, ASAP Rocky was asked to speak on Black lives in America, the way black people are being gunned down by police, and he said, I live in Beverly Hills, it doesn't concern me.
They touch out for Sweden.
They touch in Sweden. So a lot of black people are saying that, well, we don't live in Sweden, so it doesn't concern us. There's a petition going around right now for ASAP Rocky's release, and black people are saying that we're not going to sign because it doesn't affect us, we're not in Sweden.
What goes around comes around.
And we're going to move into another story, still in the United States of America and her celebrities. And this is kind of a sad story. I wish the smart could just get a break. Now, August Alsina is reportedly in the hospital because he has lost the ability to walk. Now, he has been reported to have partial paralysis due to his struggle with autoimmune. Now, this is a disease that makes the liver fight against the body. So he's in the hospital right now. He made a video to let his fans know what is going on, that he has lost temporarily, we pray, he has temporarily lost the use of his legs and he can no longer walk. And then prayers are going up to heavens for him. So hopefully maybe he gets better. He has spoken about this thing before on one of them, Red Table Talk with Will Smith and his wife.
It's so sad when you see talents that like this and people that really look up to, you know, coming down with this kind of huge challenges. But one thing about the developed society is that they have the systems to maintain and to cater for people like this, and so hopefully we can't wait to have him back on his legs so he can continue.
I want to say something, but it's probably wrong in this time. But one time a few years ago that ASAP Rocky was in the news was for breaking a girl's service, which is. According to the girl. She said that she met A$AP Rocky in a club or at a show. I'm not entirely sure. She went backstage. They got together, and when she said when she saw it, what she described this as was what we call the size of the thing was like red or Mortin. Yes, Mortin. No, Mortin. That's what she used in comparing it.
I'm sure.
Right? And then she was like, they were going, and then he got carried away and started hitting, and then he hit her cervix or her pelvis, in her cervix, and it broke, and she passed out. She woke up in the hospital.
Wow, that's sex gone wrong.
Yes, we are praying for you, Augusta Sinner. You shall come out of this in Jesus' name.
Amen.
Moving on to yet another American celebrity. Now, last week we told you guys about Nicki Minaj being called to perform in Saudi Arabia, and now we have an update on that. Juliet, what do we have?
Well, it seems that she has cancelled a scheduled performance in Saudi Arabia next week, saying her support for the rights of women and the gay, lesbian, bisexual and transgender community as the reason why. Oh God. Now you see the New York Times surprisingly has actually given her the accolades and was like she actually did really well for doing that, and even has called upon other celebrities that are supposed to be scheduled for that same performance to also call out, to also like pull out themselves from it too. So I don't know how to really feel about this.
I feel I have a double side to this, because first of all, because of the westernized culture and how it infiltrates into other culture, I felt lots of Saudi Arabians, like our generation, were really anticipating to see people from the West come perform in the country amidst their religion ban. But putting out, it's like, oh, this thing is now far away from us.
Yeah, but I also think that it would have been way too volatile for her, because she also made mention of when she went to Jamaica, then she had to be carried from the location by the police because of how violent it got. Then imagine a place that's as conservative as Saudi Arabia. So, irrespective of the LGBT community that is fighting and taught her to pull out her own safety. I mean, I don't know how much.
Yes, and then the fact that even people could, like I said, the Americans place values in people's lives, and so if any of the stars are stepping out of their country, they're really concerned wherever they are going to, if it's going to be safe or not.
So. Lead you home. Oh, and then Thomas. Yes, South Africa. Goodbye. I mean, we need to clap for our superheroes though. They did us so well. South Africa did not take it easily at all. AKA was crying on Twitter.
But come on, what was AKA's problem?
I'm just happy that they never
took it too far.
Do you know, I think
he took it too far. That was way too far. Because first of all,
he overreacted.
We are not in any form of competition.
He said that they always lose to Nigeria. First of all, people have like
we beat them on their own DS.
What are you even talking about that? Because it makes no sense.
Like we're all Africans and we're all humans, so let's all celebrate. It doesn't really matter.
I never even knew we had the rival South Africa. I thought it was only Ghana. I was so surprised that they're putting themselves.
We don't have a rival Ghana.
And moving on to an immensely shocking story, to our number 6 story, which is where we are going on a break. Now, a young lady in Imo State who is 19 years old collaborated with her fiancé, a 29-year-old man, and her brother to kidnap her 88-year-old father because they were trying to raise money for her wedding.
Nigeria, pause and think about it.
Yes. We need to think so.
Excuse you?
Like, who are you?
And that was not even all. They initially stole the man. They took the man's car to borrow 40,000 naira. His full car, his Sienna, to use the full Sienna to borrow 40K. And then the guy, the 29-year-old, said the person that brought the idea was the girl's brother.
Yeah.
That was his friend. That the girl is 8 months pregnant, so they wanted to just quickly do the traditional marriage.
Oh God!
So they figured the man that they are going to give the money,
bribe,
they should just collect him. It is messed up.
Abomination.
Alu.
I was going to say, but I didn't want to be Raz. I mean, do something so immensely insane. It makes no sense. You know, we keep hearing stories about young people either wanting to use their parents for rituals or selling their parents selling their children for 80,000 naira. It just keeps going on and on and on. Nigeria, which way? There's so many horrible things going on.
And first of all, I don't know who the man offended, but just go and beg for
it.
I don't know who he offended, but that is not the way to do things right.
No,
because
she didn't have
it's not.
It's so this is witchcraft. Like, why would you even? What did the father do in the first place?
Do you know what I think is crazy?
Your own father.
It's the fact that they will call a meeting and tell him to forgive those children.
And the children will just pay fine.
Anyways, this is our bottom 5 stories for this week. At number 10, we have Ibadan Poly, burning student phone seized during examinations, followed up by ASAP Rocky being arrested in Sweden, prayers going up for him. And also at number 8, we had August Alsina, who has lost the use of both of his limbs in a partial paralysis. Hopefully he gets better, prayers also going up for August Alsina. At number 7, we have Nicki Minaj pulling out of the Saudi Arabian concert she was supposed to attend. And at number 6, we have the 19-year-old girl that collaborated with her 29-year-old boyfriend and brother to kidnap her father to pay for her traditional marriage all the way in Imo State. We're going to go on a short break. When we come back, we'll give you our top 5 stories of the week. It's the Weekend Rundown. Hello.
To TSL Nigeria and get updates on the go all day, every day. Subscribe to our YouTube channel on TSL Nigeria Space TV
And of course, we're back. This is still the Weekend Rundown on TSL Nigeria TV. I know that you've been enjoying all our stories, crazy stories, like we always give you, all the crazy stories that went down during the week. And at our number 5 story, yes, which is already happened, the one most powerful president, the president of Donald Trump, you know that he is his own social media manager, and his best social media platform is Twitter. Now, Donald Trump just has us covered on this story. I can't say it. She can't say it.
First of all, I love that man. I love how much he's an embodiment of what that country may or may not stand for, and I love how unapologetically himself he tries to be. Now, a while ago, we told you about him speaking to the owner of Twitter, Jack, asking him why he was losing followers. The man knows what he wants. And recently, Donald Trump and, well, a lot of the United States were at the appeal court. Well, the court held that Donald Trump cannot block people on Twitter. Now, apparently, if you tweet some things that he doesn't like at his account, he blocks you. And then the appeal court of the United States has held that the president cannot, under any circumstances, block people from his Twitter. Now, the discussion is that he uses his Twitter for political business, and according to the First Amendment, you cannot deny people their right to political business.
Wow. Wow.
Wait, but at the same time, I feel like they're infringing on his own rights.
Which smelly rights is that?
Why will he block people?
He is the president. He cannot block people.
Why will he block people?
He cannot block people. Officials cannot block people.
Really?
Yes.
You see why their laws there stand strong? They go to the court of law and they say, even you, the president.
I cannot even believe that somebody went to court. Because man has blocked me, I'm going to court for this issue. I will not let it slide. Donald Trump. I love that man. Okay, so now we're moving to our number 4 story, which is we're still in the court of law here. And this time we're going from the United States all the way down to Nigeria. And Neki Moyo has us covered on this story. Apparently, you might decide that you want to get a divorce, and the Nigerian court to tell you no. Please have us covered.
I mean, a triple engine boss, the president of Ubi Franklin. We all know he got married to actress Lillian Etsor, and the case of being in court. Okay, we Nigerians actually thought that case was literally over, and they moved on in July, only for the case to be thrown out of the court. By High Court in Ikeja, and the judge says that according to Lillian Esoro's testimony, he takes care of the child, and they are very good friends. So that they need to just there's no strong grounds, and that they should go together. They should go and sort out their case outside the court. That their reasons are too childish.
Yes, you cannot just wake up and say I will not do again. No.
The judge said, I must put you together. God has joined together.
There's so many questions raised here. First of all, if we wanted to seek a mediation, we would have not been in your courts. We do not want to be married. But secondly, under the confines of the Nigerian law, there are specific reasons for wanting to seek divorce or annulment. And clearly, their lawyer, Nadofle, he you don't get any candid reasons for why they want to be divorced. So,
I don't blame the judge.
Yeah, after their marriage, and they came back together, and now they want to divorce again. Is it that you don't really think about, okay, I can't really be biased in this. They want to divorce, it's their choice. So
What are you
but
saying
they
that you
said
and the
no
judge,
now.
my cousin? You want to tell them?
I don't really blame the judge. I just felt that if they brought in their strong reasons, amicably, they're friends, and so if they have brought like strong reasons why they really want to, pull down the union, fine. Because the judge is pretty intelligent. He knows his law, so
Go and settle you children. Settle. Anyways, moving to our next story. Now, we all know that a lot of people love thrillers and horror movies. I am not one of those people.
I do.
There's no reason why you'd want to be afraid.
I do.
Why would you just want to be afraid?
I don't know.
really get
I love horror movies. No, I love it. I like watching it with someone. Like, so
I don't like them because they don't make sense.
I love
I
them.
mean, you go to a haunted house, you see a book that says do not read, and then you are focused on why you have to read it.
Curiosity
Really.
kills the cat.
And then something will not happen. And
Yeah,
then
curiosity has killed a man.
Wow.
77-year-old man
Yes.
watching Annabelle comes home.
Like, if it's how did that even happen?
I don't really know how it happened. Because I've watched Annabelle and I'm asking myself, I did not die.
No, they knew Annabelle. Annabelle has like 3 different parts. This is a new installment of Annabelle.
Okay, I think Juliet should get us covered on
And
this one.
maybe there was
since
shock.
It went to the theater to watch the movie, and apparently the woman he was sitting next to, after the movie was over, she shook him and he was apparently dead. And everybody was sitting close to, they were like, ha, this man is dead. Though.
Well, in his defense, he probably died a happy death. He died
Watching
in
a
the
scary
movie.
movie.
Yeah, he got to chill one last time. He didn't die in the
pretty sure he
retirement
died
home. He didn't die by accident. He was having a good time. And,
And he died by Annabelle's bald eyes. That dog.
That doll is so creepy.
I don't even know why they're
I
still
don't think
making
I watched
Annabelle. I thought they were
something
coming.
I thought it was literally over. Because when you said it was thriller,
It's a new Annabelle. It's in cinemas right now. Don't worry, I'll take you to go and see it.
No.
You like it now?
I watch by myself.
No, you don't like it. I like people that know what they're doing.
Don't take me.
Anyways, now this story is a fantastic story at our number 2. It's immensely crazy, but also fantastic. Now, do you guys know, if you're religious, especially if you're a Christian, you might be used to the story of King David. I think it was Bathsheba or Bathsheba was the woman's name, and he sent
Bathsheba.
Yes, and he sent her husband to the front of the war so that he would die there, so he can marry the
Uriah.
woman. Yes, Uriah. Thank you so much. Well, it also happened in real life, or rather in recent times. Now, a man in India, he is a restaurant owner. He has over 80 restaurants in India and all over the world. Now, he just began his life sentence in India because he wanted to marry a woman and she did not agree, so he killed the woman's husband. Yours. And let me bust your head now. He's trying to marry the woman as his 3rd wife. She's in her 20s. She's the daughter of one of his numerous employees. He had tried everything to get the woman. He tried money. He tried threats. He did everything that he could to get this woman to finally leave her husband for him. And the woman refused. So 10 years ago, 15 years ago, yes, he sent hired assassins to murder the woman's husband. And then when he was arrested and convicted, he was given just 10 years behind bars, and so he went to appeal. And when he got to the appeal court, the judge was so offended that he even tried to appeal, and he gave him a life sentence.
Whoa. Look at God.
And now he is going to jail.
I'm like, okay.
Wait,
What do people think
I
about
would
this
have also
game?
been offended.
like you got away with it at first, and you actually had the guts to go back to appeal. Really?
Just say firing squad. Straight.
Do you understand?
7
Chair,
Is that what you
but
did
make
there?
it electric. Like, this is so wild. Okay, what convinced you that after spending your money, threats and everything, the best thing to do was to kill her husband?
You know, when people say that, when we watch movies and we see that people go on the extreme because they say they love somebody, we think it's a lie. Or
And I don't think it's because of love. It was just him. He wanted to own her. He just was offended that she had the balls.
or that he couldn't have her, so...
And this brings us to our number 1 story, the craziest story for this entire week yet, that just really blew my mind. It's something sad that I wish I never saw. Now, apparently this week in Ghana, a 10-month-old baby was found buried alive by her mother in a forest. Now, luckily for the baby was found still alive. The people said that they heard cries in the forest. Initially, they were afraid, and then they traced the sound of the cries. And when they got to where the cry was coming from the ground, they decided to call the police, and the baby was dug up and found that the baby was still alive. Now, the authorities are still trying to locate the mother that did such a heinous crime. I mean, I know that the world is hard.
For burying your
I know that you might not have the money to take care of the child, but the child is already here. You could have taken the child to an orphanage. You could have dropped the child at a police station. There's so many things that you could have done. Heck, you could have sold the child. That one is raining now. There's so many things you could have done to assure that the child had a good life than burying. And then you were burying the baby alive.
I think first of all, that baby has a strong, he has a very strong spirit. Because I don't. Okay, fine. Just think about it. The baby is covered with sound, and the baby is crying, and people could literally hear.
God is with that baby.
Amen.
I wish we didn't have this story today, but we did, so we're just gonna that was it, okay? So I'll give you a quick rundown from our 5 to number 1. At number 5, we had Donald Trump and the appeal court telling him that he has no right to block people on Twitter. At number 4, we had Lilian Esora and her husband with the judge in the High Court in Lagos telling them that you will not divorce in my presence. Stay together. And we had the 77-year-old man that died during the screening of the movie Annabelle, a thriller. Maybe you should probably not watch it. Anyways, at number 2, we have the restaurant chain owner who is facing life imprisonment after killing the husband of a woman he wanted to marry as his 3rd wife. And finally, at number 1, a 10-month-old baby that was buried alive by her mother in Ghana. Whew.
It just keeps getting crazy every week. Every week.
That's just anyway, so we have to be on our way right now. We'll be here again on Monday for an exciting edition of the Breakfast Show. We'll be there all the way down to Friday, and for Saturday we are going to be back with the weekend rundown, and hopefully nobody will bury their babies alive, because that is just really, really messed up.
Yeah. Weird.
My name is Joyce Jukes,
and I am Juliet Tunovai,
and of course Neki Moyo.
Bye.
Stay connected to TSL Nigeria and get updates on the go all day, every day. Subscribe to our YouTube channel on TSL Nigeria Space TV and join our online family.